My name is Audrey Blanco, and I hope you're having a good day so far. We are in the Organic Chemistry 2 lab, and we are going to be demonstrating 3 different ways to test for qualitative analysis. My lab mate Matt is going to be giving us the reaction mixture for our tolerance test.
Okay, so the purpose of the tolerance test is to determine whether or not you have a ketone or aldehyde functional group attached to your molecule. We'll be using 2 known molecules for this. We'll be testing methyl ethyl ketone and tert-butanol. Methyl ethyl ketone obviously has a ketone functional group, and tert-butanol doesn't have a ketone or an aldehyde since it's just an alcohol. First thing that we need to do is make our tolerance reagent. I've already added 2 milliliters of 5% silver nitrate to our test tubes. We also need to add 2 drops of 5% sodium hydroxide. As you can see, we've got a precipitate that is formed in each of the test tubes. The next step to create the reagent is to add concentrated ammonia until that precipitate dissolves. Break up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've now created our tolerance test reagent. Now we'll add a few drops of each of our known compounds here to our test tubes and add it to the hot water bath. A positive reaction to our test will take about 10 minutes, and we'll observe a bright metallic sheen on the outside of the test tube. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and we've got the results of our tolerance test. So as we can see, we have a bright metallic sheen on our methyl ethyl ketone sample, and our tert-butanol actually had, it looks like some of the reagent came back out of solution, and we've got some of that precipitate back in the bottom, but you can see it's not the metallic sheen from the other sample. Now I'll hand it back to Audrey for an anhydride test.
Hello, we're back. This test that we're going to be doing next is an anhydride test. In this first test tube, what I have in here is tert-butanol. In the second test tube, I've already prepared 1 phenylethylamine, okay? What we're going to be testing for is a positive amine test. Now, already by the names of the 2 substances that we have with us, this one has amine in the name, so this is already the one that we're going to be expecting to react. When you have a positive anhydride test, your solution is going to turn blue. So all you have to do is take forensic anhydride. You add about a half a milliliter of it to each test tube, and you're going to let it sit in a hot bath for a little bit. About anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. This one's already changed color, but we're still going to let it sit in the test anyway, although it looks like it's already reacted.
That tertiary amine reacts immediately.
Because this is already reacted immediately, we know this is a tertiary amine, because tertiary amines are what react immediately, whereas something like a primary amine is going to take longer. But we'll still stick it in the hot bath just to show you that nothing's going to happen to the tertbutanol. So we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes.
1.
Hello, we're back after letting our anhydrine test sit in our hot bath for about 10 minutes. When we left off, I had already put in the phenylethanamine into this, and it actually already reacted. So when we stuck it and we let it sit in the hot bath, it actually furthered the reaction, and it made it become almost ink-like and very thick and goopy. However, our tertbutanol never reacted at all, because what we're testing for is amines, and tertbutanol doesn't have any amines. So this is our negative test, and this is our positive. When we come back, I'm going to show you a test for vanillin.
1.
Hello, we're back to do our last test for this evening, and that's going to be a ferric chloride test. This one's very simple. We don't need a hot bath or anything like that. The ferric chloride test is going to test for phenols. So what I'm going to use is tertbutanol. I'm going to stick it in the test tube, just a fair amount of the sample so that we can see the reaction when it happens. This reaction is going to happen pretty much instantaneously, so watch carefully. Before we add the ferric chloride, we have to add vanillin. Yeah. You don't need a lot of it, just a little bit.
So now you wash with water. Now the other 90% of that 10% is water. So that's why.
Now add just a little bit more, just for good measure. Just mix it up a little bit just to make sure it's all together. And then all you have to do is add just a couple of drops of the ferric chloride and it will react. What we're hoping for is a change in color, anything from blue to red to purple. And we can already see that we have a reaction. Again, this test was for phenols. So tonight we've done 3 different tests. We started off with a tolerance test, which my lab mate Matt helped me with. Then we moved on to an anhydrine test, and now we have ended on the ferric chloride test. I hope you've had a very enjoyable evening watching us. Shout out to our cameraman Raj. I hope you have a good rest of the night.